Hi Trader, Tina here once again from ShortMeTina.com with my daily recap. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, so TGIF, you made it through to the ending of the week. So I want to say, obviously, congratulate yourself. Right. So we're going to continue with the theme of the week where we're analyzing the overall markets, gold and transport, because again, there's been a lot going on in terms of the market and it's sort of extreme wild swings, volatility within the past few weeks. So as opposed to analyzing individual stocks, maybe I'll throw one in there, I'm not too sure. So again, as opposed to analyzing individual stocks, we're just going to focus again on the broader markets, gold, and transport to see what's going on. Because like I always say, overall markets first, individual stocks second. You have to know what the overall market is doing because more or less your individual stock is following suit. Hence, when the market sells off, you usually see your stocks in the red. Conversely, today we had an up day in the markets, right? In many respects, a nice rally. So more than likely your stock or your portfolio is up, right? So going forward, look at trading that way. Overall markets first, individual stocks second. All right, so let's kick it off with a recap of the S&P 500. Right now, what you're looking at is a daily chart dating back to 2017. So again, like I indicated, we had a pretty decent day in the markets today, up about 1.46%. I see a quote here of 288.81. So I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. The price points that I've been paying attention to for the latter part of, 2 to 3 weeks are the same price points that I'm paying attention to now. And I'm going to list them really quickly. The first price point, let's call that resistance. That's this black line right here. Comes in at around 293 to 295. You can see again, ran into resistance. Let's look at that as a wall. In 2018, we fell down. Ran into resistance April of 2019. We had that 7% or so pull back. And several times within the past few trading days, we've ran into resistance of 290 to 295 to no avail. So definitely paying attention to that resistance level. If we get above there, then I'm going to be more inclined on the bullish side. Now, what am I looking at as well? I'm also looking at support. And that comes in at around 280. And I believe, incidentally, it's also right around the 200-day moving average. So if we're above that 280 level, which we definitely are considering we closed at 288, things are not looking so bad. So heading into next week, we want to see if 280 can hold. That's one. And we want to see if 293 will still serve as a resistance, or will this rally continue and we either make another attempt at penetrating 293 to 295, or we're successful once again like we were here and actually penetrate through those levels, right? So that's what I'm paying attention to within the SPY. What else? IWM, again, not going to reinvent the wheel, looking at the same price points, and so far none has really been violated. If one eventually becomes violated, again, that should tell me more or less where the market wants to go or what it wants to do. So right now what you're looking at is the IWM small cap index. Daily chart dating back to May of 2017, we're up about 2.1% on the day. I see a quote here of 148.60, so clearly we are off that support level of 144 to 145. I've spoken about this level throughout this week and perhaps several times throughout the course of 2019, because again, that support level dating back to 2017 has held. As illustrative purposes, I'll show you right now. It held, bounced off, and today, or rather this week, we got to 144 or 145 and we got that bounce, that 4-point bounce. Again, we're sitting here at 148.60. That's the first level I'm paying attention to. Second one, again, not in reinventing the wheel. Resistance, I'm also paying attention to resistance, and that clocks in at 160. You're wondering or asking yourself what these arrows are. Oh, segue, I'm so rude. Segue. I didn't welcome you. I know this is kind of mid... It's in the middle of the video, but I want to welcome you. So if this is your very first time tuning into a ShortMeTina video, I'd like to say welcome. If you're returning, I want to say welcome back. Do us a solid in the comment section. Drop us a comment. All right, so For those who are new to my technical analysis daily videos, these arrows are up here because it denotes all the times in which the IWM over the course of around 18 months has tried to penetrate that 160 area, essentially to no avail, right? So that's a lot of times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can say most recently when we went as high as around 159 back in July, again, to no avail. So those are the levels that I'm paying attention to. If we break below 144, well, I'm going to say, well, maybe the market is leaning a little bit more bearish at that point because, again, that support has held more or less for 18 months with the exception of what went on in January to December. If we penetrate 160, I'm going to say, wow, we have not really sustained that move in a long time. So maybe the market wants to go higher. Not concerning myself with the middle because that's what's going to make you, in my opinion, mentally exhausted. And you don't want to be exhausted as a trader. Focus on the extremes. For me, that's 148 and 160. All right, what else? And then we have the QQQ daily chart. It's up about 1.6% on the day. I see a quote here of 185.48. Similarly to the others, just paying attention to those major points in my opinion. And so let's start with resistance here. That clocks in around 189 to 190. If we penetrate this, I'm going to say, wow, we have not done that too many times within the past 6 or so years, or rather 3 or so years. So for me, that's extremely bullish. Again, if we dip below what I'm going to call support, let's say that clocks in around 177 to 178 around here. If we dip below here, then I'm going to say, well, you know what, shorter term, we might go a little bit lower. So again, not concerning myself with sort of the extreme volatilities, right? Just paying attention to those major price points. And that's what I'm paying attention to for the QQQ. For those who did not see the videos or any of the videos that I did this week. What else? All right, and we have the Dow Jones daily chart. Making this really quickly, we're up about 1.23% on the day. So again, very, very positive day for the bulls. I see a print here of 258.82. So again, similar to the other indexes, I'm just going to pay attention sort of to those support and resistance levels. And so for me, with the Dow, that clocks in at around 242 to 255. So as long as it can stay above there, things look, at least in the shorter term, things look okay for the market. And you can see early in this week, on 2 separate occasions, we bounced off that 254 to 255 mark. Again this week on 2 separate occasions. So that tells me, at least in the shorter term, that really is support. And so if we trade above there, we're going to conclude that things are okay. If we eventually decide to break there, then I do think at some point we can revisit those December lows of around 223. We're not quite there yet. Again, right now, we had a good day. Let the bulls rejoice. Closed at 258.82. Right? So that's what I'm paying attention to with the Dow. All right, and then we have gold daily chart. So let me condense this a little bit, and then I'm going to zoom in because I want to show folks something. All right, so daily chart dating back to September of 2010. Why am I going back that far? I don't know. But with that said, that means that we're looking at 9 years worth of data. All right. But let's focus in on, that's why. Let's focus in on price action starting around 2013. So for the past 6 years or so. So clearly we broke through that resistance level of around 130. We haven't really done that since late 2013. So we're definitely in new territory here, or territory we have not visited for the past 6 years. And again, in my opinion, if we can get through this shorter term support, I drew that line yesterday. If we get through this shorter term support, if we can pass through the shorter term resistance of around 142 to 144, which we've been gearing up to do for quite some time, then I see that 150 level around the corner for gold. Again, we're not there. We're definitely above 130. The next hurdle is to get through that 144 line. If we can do that, I see 150. What I find interesting today is the fact that we are actually up on gold, considering that the markets were also positive. So take note, this candlestick here seems very interesting to me, so I want to see what's going to go on Monday, to be continued. In the meantime, just paying attention to those levels. You can see right here, it seems as though we are hitting up against resistance. Will we break through, or will we pull back? That's to be seen. What else? All right, so let's wrap it up and round it out with ticker XNTN. Daily chart, we're up about 2.3% on the day, which is great. Closed at 58.29. So we bounced off yesterday, right? We got as low as, what did we go? As low as 56.62. So literally hitting that 55.56 level of support, and then we got that bounce today to close at 58.29. The high of the day clocked in at 58.31. So we did close at today's high, which is good. Again, up about 2.3%. So congrats to the bulls. Now, what's the likely scenario? Will we continue trending up until we reach resistance of around 65? Or is this bounce going to be short-lived and we're going to actually plummet through support of around 55 to 56? Well, that is to be seen, and you should trade accordingly. But so let's cap it there. That's my thoughts on XTN. Tina here once again from ShortMeTina.com. If you enjoyed any portion of this video, I'd like for you to do 3 things for me. 1, comment in the comment section. How are you positioned in the market? Again, comment, get engaged. Say hi. I always say hi back. That's the first thing. Secondly, I do videos, as you can see, Monday through Friday. If the stock market is open, you can expect a video. So if you want to ensure that you do not miss any, make sure you are subscribed at our YouTube channel at ShortMeTina. And lastly, my friend, I've been trading for well over 15 years. If you think you can learn anything from me, and I think you can, then head on over to ShortMeTina.com, sign up, become a member. Thank you for listening. And as always, thank you for the support. TGIF. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend. I will talk to you on Monday.